Hey, it's Rusty. Thanks for tuning in to Burning Cereal. Today what we have for you, another unboxing of a small appliance. This time, the Instant Vortex Plus. I'm a big fan of the Instant brands. I have an Instant Pot. I have an Instant Blender. I thought, hey, I need an air fryer. So I picked one of these up. Let's crack this box open and see what's inside. So inside the box, we're going to get, so on these flaps on the top, it just tells you what's inside there. Hi, how are you? Join this group to get a recipe app for your phone. First thing you open it up, looks like a safety manual and probably a little recipe book. Yep, safety manual in English and in, I'm assuming, French. That's the power cord. Piece of foam right at the top. Inside here you're going to get the forks for the rotisserie. That's one side. Here's the other side. This is the rod that you're going to put through your food. The rotisserie forks go on each side. Here's a nifty little handle. We'll show it later, but you reach inside, you can pull the basket out without barbecuing your fingers. The unit itself is pretty big. So let me pull this out. So here it is, fresh out of the box. Oh, tape. 1, 2. Door comes open, little warning sign. Basically it's telling you to make sure you take all the packaging out. So let's go ahead and do that. So first thing I notice, piece of cardboard, the rotisserie, and what looks to be a couple of trays and more cardboard. That's all the packing material. So one of the accessories that comes with it is this rotisserie tray. It's got a little lock, unlock here on the end, and that correlates to a notch that's here on the end. So when you put it together, you line that notch up and turn it. This won't come off. There is one on each side. There's one on this side. And there is no instructions, but there's another notch on that side. So it can go either way. You're just going to put it on, spin it, and then this will then go inside there. So another item that comes with this is these trays. One is solid. That's your drip tray. The other are frying trays. They're see-through, let the air through. You've got a spot for one here at the bottom. You've got a spot for one just above that, and then one more location at the top. I would think that if you want to get more capacity out of this, we'll find out if you can buy these. You probably can on Amazon or something, and that way you can have 3 trays in there at the same time if you're doing wings or something. The problem that I foresee is whatever's on the top is going to be closer to the heating element, which is up here, and it's going to wind up getting a lot of the heat. I can see that being a problem, and hence the reason why everything I've read, it says halfway through it'll beep. Whatever you're cooking, it'll beep and tell you, okay, rotate your food. So you've got to take this tray out, take the one from the bottom and put it on the top, take the one from the top and put it on the bottom. I'm not sure that's going to be so much of a problem if both trays are down below, but if your food's taller than this, then you're SOL. So those are the trays. So another accessory that you're going to get is going to be these little forks. And that's if you're going to rotisserie a chicken or quail or something of that nature. What you're going to do is take the rod, and you'll see there's little divots. I don't know if you can see these divots or not. And there's screws inside here. So you have to back the screw out so that you can see through the rod. And then when you put this into your, let's say, chicken, you're going to want to make sure that this screw goes into that divot. So as you send this through, you're going to line that screw up, and you can see with that divot, you're going to tighten it up. Send this through whatever it is that you're making, and again, you're going to do the same thing on the other side and slide this on to where, again, that little divot is. So whatever you're making is going to be about that wide, so probably 6 to 8 inches wide. Now, how this locks inside here, it's pretty simple. The way it works is you'll see that there is a notch on this side. So this notch is where you're going to rest this ball end. On the other side, there is a black locking mechanism, and you reach that or you move it by hitting this lever. So what you're going to do is you're going to have your food in there. You can basically just set it on that metal rod right there, slide it back. One side's going to drop in. So this side's going to drop in. Then what you have to do is you take this red lever, push it towards the inbound side of the oven. That black device locking mechanism will move, and that rod will then stay in place. And once you turn this on and cook, of course, it's going to rotate. Very simple to get it out, and there's 2 things that you can do to get it out. One is, depending on what you're cooking, or if you have a glove and you're using that basket, hit that lever and just slide it out. If it's a big chicken, you're not going to reach in there with your paws and try and grab it. So what you're going to do is you're going to use this device, and all you do is put it in, hit that lever, you can lift it up and take it out. It's pretty simple. It's just a piece of metal that was bent to make it work, but it works. Like I said, depending on what you're cooking, you could just reach in there with your hand and grab it. So cleaning wise, outside, typical, just a rag with some water on it, not soaking wet, but just damp. Take these out. You can put them in the dishwasher. Me personally, I'm gonna wind up hand washing it. I'll hand wash everything. Inside, just use a sponge. Depending on what's in there, I don't know how soapy I would get this. Just make sure you get all the soap out. Don't touch the top. Again, that's where the heating element is. You don't want to have any moisture or anything up there. Make sure it doesn't get super grimy. After you're cooking and it cools down a little bit, just eyeball what's inside there and see if you can't wipe it off. The other neat feature is this door actually comes off. Let's see if I can do it without breaking it. Door comes off, you can clean it. Don't submerge this in water. Don't put it in your dishwasher. Don't put this in your dishwasher. I don't know why I have to say that, but you do. Don't put it in your dishwasher, please. Otherwise, you got a paperweight. To put the door on, you just put it back in the same position, about 45 degrees, and it goes back on. So now you have the air fryer all set up, and you want to just throw some chicken wings in there or French fries, and you just want to eat. Well, guess what? You can't. You have to do a burn-in first. So first thing you're going to want to do, touch air fry. You want to set the temperature to 400. You want to set the timer to 20 minutes and then press start. Typical Instant Pot or Instant brand device is going to beep at you 3 times to let you know that it's going. If you want to stop it, press cancel. Otherwise, just let it go. It's going to preheat. It is going to take a couple of minutes to preheat to get up to 400 degrees. So just be patient, let it do its thing, and it will tell you when it's time to put the food in. So once it's heated up, that's when it'll tell you to add the food. So what you do is you crack the door open, add your food, close the door, and it's going to start right back up. And it'll count down, in this case, from 20 minutes. So once it hits the last minute, it's going to start to count down in seconds. The light will come on the inside. It'll beep and. That's it. Your food is done. It says end. All you have to do, open the door, pull your food out, and you're good to go. Just remember, this thing does get very, very hot. The sides, they're not going to burn you. The top, it's warm, really warm to the touch. There's a vent in the back that emits a ton of heat. So if you have this in your kitchen backed up against your backsplash, remember you've got to give it at least 5 inches. Otherwise, it's going to cause some damage back there. Another cool feature on here is, if I can see it, there's a light. There's a button for the light. When you press the button, this interior light comes on. I tested it earlier when there was no filming going on. But anyway, that way you can see what's going on inside there. It's still kind of warm, the glass. Ooh, the glass is really hot. Don't touch the glass. Whew, that gets warm. Anyway, we're gonna let this thing cool off. And again, this is the Vortex Plus. There's your rotisserie, all the different trays that came along with it, the manuals, the rotisserie removal device, the forks, and the rod. And this is everything that I got inside the Instant Vortex Plus air fryer. I hope you enjoyed the unboxing. Make sure to subscribe. I've got a ton of other products that I've purchased that are still sitting out in my garage. I just haven't had time to open them up yet. I'm hoping to do those unboxings here very shortly. Hope you enjoyed this. Stay tuned for new videos, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.